Good morning from Sorbonne University in Abu Dhabi. Very pleased to welcome Professor Nathalie Martial-Braz, Vice-Chancellor of the university. Thank you very much for being with us. We're just 2-3 days from COP28 in the United Arab Emirates, Year of Sustainability. The world of academia is of special interest for sustainability. You, as a top French university in the United Arab Emirates for some time, what is your strategy in sustainability overall and especially in ESG?
Sorbonne University Abu Dhabi was very engaged in the field of environment and sustainability. First of all, because we had last year, at the beginning of 2023, a very important initiative. We launched the Go Green initiative for the year 2023, of course, regarding the objective of COP28. But it's the largest initiative. We had a pillar in our research institute, a pillar on environment, to launch more research initiative in the field and to build a more important transdisciplinary research in the field of environment. So we launched many initiatives in this field, which are still in progress because, as you know, research is not a one-time moment. So we are actually leading many research in the field of geography, in the field of law, in the field of sociology. So different fields we are teaching here are exploited as well in the field of sustainability with the net zero target. So we are definitely placed in the field of research for targeting the ESG in environment.
So you're focusing a lot on R&D, which is crucial basically in the environment. What about partnerships? What do you have in terms of partnerships in the Middle East?
We are not only focused on R&D, but that's true. We're focusing a bit on research for our university, but we have many initiatives in the field, for example, on decarbonization of our campus, but probably we will come back on that after. On the field of partnership, we have many partnerships. Some of them are already made, some other are under signature and will be
announced later.
During the COP.
Okay.
So we have many partnerships with a French company in the field of reuse of wasting and the sociology of this waste. We are also programming many partnerships in the field of oceans because we will install and we will announce during the COP the installation of the Institute of Ocean. Sorbonne Paris is one of the major universities in the field of research on the sea.
Maritime.
All the different subjects on the ocean. So we will bring here the laboratory, the Institute of Ocean, and we want to develop the biofoundry, and that is based on many partnerships with companies who work on the sea, and that is also a work in progress. And we want to develop many partnerships with a lot of companies who are working on decarbonization, because all this research are made for industrial applications. So we are targeting many partnerships. We have also partnership in something which are maybe most not exactly on the application of sustainability, but which are linked with sustainability. For example, on sustainable finance, we are making some partnership with financial companies, and as we are at the beginning of the financial week, it's also very important. So we try to develop, and it's a new orientation of Sorbonne University Abu Dhabi, to sign and to create more partnership with different companies targeting those objectives of net zero and all the ESG.
So we're seeing lots of partnerships, lots of initiatives with French companies, with the regional companies all across, with the government. Do you have any partnership in particular?
In fact, as you know, maybe we have a particular statutes as a Sorbonne University Abu Dhabi.
In the heart of Abu Dhabi.
Of course, we are a governmental entity, so we are very encouraged to sign some partnership with different governmental entities, and for example with government, the environmental agency. We are working with them to find a way to participate to the research with the Ministry of Education. We are also working for searching to find solution to educate more the young generation to this objective.
AI, basically, everyone is talking about AI. It's the future. How would you interconnect AI, the world of academia, and sustainability?
That's very interesting because you probably know that artificial intelligence was the major research subject we launched a few years ago in Abu Dhabi by bringing the Sorbonne Center for Artificial Intelligence here in Abu Dhabi. And we developed many transdisciplinary research, and some of them are linked to the environment. In fact, we are very concerned by the development of new technology and the environmental footprint of those new technologies. So I think that could be interesting, all the public that we are organizing on the 7th of December, in the COP site, a conference on the impact of the new technology and artificial intelligence on the environmental objectives. So I think it's really important to work on the field of artificial intelligence to reduce the footprint of those new technology, which are very, they ask a lot of energy to work. So that is very important if we want to develop and progress in this field, to reduce the impact of those technology on the energy they need. And we can do that because, in fact, we can make a lot of progress with this new technology to use better the data, for example, to reduce the way of working on the data, to reduce the host of these data, to be sure that we can host in some places cooler, to decrease the level of the need of energy. So we can do a lot of things with artificial intelligence.
In terms of regulations, some people say that AI must be regulated, like Elon Musk said, or it can go out of proportion. How do you foresee that?
That is my subject. I'm very happy that you can ask this question. I think definitely we need a regulation on artificial intelligence, not to block the development of this new technology, but to be sure that we develop it on the proper way. And I think the field of sustainability is also a good way to show that, because if we let the technology and the artificial intelligence without any regulation, we won't be able to control either the technology and the way we are practicing in very short time of
in terms when we talk about ESG, many focus on E because of COP, because of the pressing needs, but also would like to talk about the S, the social impact of it. How do you foresee at Sorbonne? What is your program? What is your strategy in this regard as well?
It's very important. The social impact of a university, it's absolutely crucial. Even it's not very easy to calculate it. I think by raising a generation of young students, you can bring them to act differently in the society. So I think it's really important that the university has a strategy in terms of sustainability and in terms of new technology to be sure that the young generation be able to have this social impact, which is absolutely necessary to change the mentality in the world. So we are making a lot of action. We are working with the Students' Affairs Department to launch many initiatives, like, for example, by offering them some nights on movie, or by creating debate on the new challenges of the society. So we bring them with some action on the field of education and some action on the field of the student life and the student experience, to give them the possibility to think their action in the world they will live in a very short time.
His Excellency Minister of Economy of UAE, Abdullah bin Tok, highlighted a very bullish strategy. UAE would like to be among the world's top food producers. And I was checking with the other basically top global experts. They told me the UAE did achieve in aviation, in hospitality, tourism, in infrastructure, and yes, it is possible. How do you link basically, how as a university, where do you see the opportunity in this regard?
In the regard of food?
Food,
in fact,
agriculture, overall food security, all those aspects and their impact on the environment.
In this field particularly, we are not very involved because we have not any biology or agri-tech department, so we are not very involved in that. But as we are working on the field of regulation, and we have
that's my question about regulations. You as a university coming from Europe, which is quite a complex regulatory framework within the EU, so many countries and all that, and here in the Middle East, in the UAE, that's very keen to embrace the world's best regulations. How do you see the interconnection and the role of Sorbonne in this regard?
I think it's crucial. It's absolutely crucial. You talk about regulation as a complex one. I talk about regulation, the European regulation, as a protective one, which is not the same way of presenting it. And I think we see actually the world changing very quickly and in some way that sometimes it's not very satisfying. So I think the regulation could sometimes prevent all the crisis we can face in the future time. So I think that could be, and Sorbonne has to play this function to explain more the regulation, to give the opportunity of this new world here in the MENA region to adopt this regulation, those regulation in different fields. I think, for example, in the crypto asset regulation or in the finance regulation or many other fields. You talked just before about IA, and that could be also in the way we use the food or we use some materials, for example, the glyphosate or some other example. I think it's important to be able to present those regulations in order for the legislator here to understand better this regulation and to adopt it. I give you just one more example. For example, in data protection, we all know that GDPR in Europe is presenting as a deal breaker in some cases, but finally, UAE adopted in 2020 a specific, or 2021, a specific data protection regulation because they realized, I think, that to be efficient economically, you have to protect the information and to ensure people that their private life will be protected. So I think when you explain properly the thing, you can import them and implement them in another culture. So I think Sorbonne Abu Dhabi is intermediary to bring the spirit of those regulations from Europe and to explain them in order to be implemented as the MENA style or the UAE style. So I think it's really important.
My last question in terms of governance, basically, of course, you as an institution coming from France and all that, you're developing the governance framework, or you're basically trying to educate and highlight that. What is your strategy in the Middle East to develop governance and to basically, what's your strategy in this regard?
We have many strategies.
No, for governance in particular.
For governance,
to develop it, I mean, it's being developed. It's a daily strive.
Our strategy in governance?
No, towards what's your, for example, strategy to relay the governance?
Okay, in the field of governance, in fact, we try to, as I said before, to implement the better guidelines of Europe in terms of governance.
Yes.
So
that's why I'm asking you, because what you mentioned.
We have many, in terms of education, we have many programs who promote or explain the proper governance and way of manage this new way of governance. So in terms of law, economics, and in different fields, for example, health economics, we can explain for our students the best way of managing, for example, a health company or other different companies. So by education, we can explain our strategy. By research also, because we have many research. For example, the question of the governance in family companies, because here
That's very, very important, the family offices.
Yeah, of course, here it's absolutely essential. So we have some studies based on some case studies here in the Mena region to explain how we can make those family business being better, being more compliant with the different regulations. So we are working on that in the field of research as well. And all our strategy is based on a better governance, and we try to first apply this better governance inside by our main governance body of the university, but also by explaining it. For example, by conferences, we will have many conferences at the COP28. Every day we have some different conferences, and in those conferences we explain as well the way we can organize a governance targeting
to family offices.
Yeah.
Professor Braz, thank you very much for being with us today, and look forward to catching up at COP28.
I absolutely will be delighted.
Thank you very much. Thank you.